So you want to play Alarak because you want to do things like this and like this. This is a no-nonsense guide to Alarak, High Lord of the Tal'Darim. So let's go through his strengths and his weaknesses. Similar to Thrall, Alarak has very good sustain, which makes him a viable solo laner. He's a constant threat to the enemy by being able to manipulate their positioning or his own. He also has a silence in his base kit which can shut down key targets, assuming you can hit his Q. If you are missing Alarak's W into Q combo, it can be very punishing, as this can potentially cause a missed kill or your own death. And even though he spends very little time in actual melee range, once you're in the middle of the enemy team, you best be sure it's because you're securing kills and not being slapped about. Now, like everything else, practice makes perfect. Get into that try mode and practice his W. There are times where it may look like your W is hitting the target, but it's not actually pushing them. Almost 95% of times when playing Alarak, you will be solo laning against the enemy solo laner. The aim of the game is to get combos on your target and use E on cooldown, making sure to hit as many minions as possible, as well as the enemy. If you can force the opponent to play defensively, then you're more than likely to win that lane. You know, sometimes this feels like a Street Fighter match.
Hadouken! 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 Shoryuken! Hadouken!
Here comes a new challenger!
Spinning bird kick!
Hadouken! Yeah!
As you just saw, this is not a 1v1 game. It may feel like it at times, but the influence of allies can greatly change the tide of solo lanes. For example, here Azmodan is using his trait in order to assist Thrall in the solo lane. This matchup is usually slightly favoured towards Alarak, however things like this can greatly decide who is pushing against who, and ultimately on certain maps who is securing the objective or getting an EXP lead. And it also helps is that you don't get hit by skill shots. I mean, I did these ones on purpose, just to show you guys some examples. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Alarak's telekinesis is so versatile, it's unreal. Here I use it to push the sea giants into the keep's range. Now watch very carefully. Yep, I pushed them straight into that boss stun. Pushing enemies into abilities is probably one of the most satisfying feelings in the game. Just remember, you can press Alt W to push yourself in the direction that you are facing. Or you can do it the normal way, up to you. I mean, it's not like I'm here to provide you with amazing tips and tricks or anything like that, you know. In terms of heroics, Deadly Charge is usually my preferred choice. That's not to say Counter-Strike is bad, but I feel a lot more in control and threatening when I'm able to Leroy across the screen and pressure the backline. I'm on it, I'm on it.
Good.
Nicely done. Game.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my lord. And to be honest, you don't even need to do a long range charge. It can be a very short one just to secure a pigeon that stepped a bit too close. The build that I've put up is very straightforward and doesn't require much discussion. However, to decide which heroic to choose will always be based on what kind of team you're playing with and against. It's usually a decision between can I charge onto the backline and secure kills, or am I being focused down hard and require some form of defense. That is for you to decide. And good news, this video is finally over.